Welcome to
What's Up Poland?
the daily video show
Where
we talk about
news,
views,
culture,
history,
life.
everything Poland. John, disturbing news, actually, that the Poles are not up to the job.
Really?
Yes, indeed.
What kind of job would that be?
Well, John, the job of making sure that the human race continues,
Yeah.
at least in its current Polish form. So the good people of the Republic of Poland
Yeah,
are not reproducing.
they're not making enough babies.
Our rate, as it were, taking
Yeah.
a little COVID-related theme here, is
Yeah,
too
yeah.
low because Poland, and this is the story, a nation with a population of more than 38 million, registered 357,400 births last year, but that is the lowest number since 2005. Now, it's not been helped, of course, by some unfortunately high spikes in death rates. In fact, the worst since the Second World War. We shouldn't obviously joke about that. But nonetheless, what we're seeing is a continual trend of Poles not having enough babies. So both you and I have done something about that in our own little way. But the problem is that Polish population has been declining for over 20 years. We've seen a mass emigration of young Poles. It doesn't look like they're coming back. And despite the fact that the current Polish government has introduced some measures which are ostensibly at least for helping and encouraging people to reproduce more often, unfortunately they're not having more children. That's what the data shows us. And no less, the Polish population is aging fast. I did my research. As you know, I like to...
you like to do your research.
I'm quite research focused. What I do is I take a story and I really develop it. I look into it more deeply. So I went and looked at what the World Bank has to say. And indeed, the statistics are terrifying. The Polish population is aging fast. In 1950, the median age was 25.8. Half of the Polish population was younger, half older. Today, it is 38.2. And by 2050, it will be 51.
Wow, that's a lot.
That is slightly bonkers.
Yeah.
And it's also declined at the same time. So Polish women, on average, have 1.3 children, and it would take 2.1 to replace generations. So the question is, what on earth does Poland do to keep going and keep its population rising and keep supporting the non-working age or the retired Poles? It's a bit of a dilemma.
It certainly is. It's actually interesting to say that I have done a little bit of research myself, and I have read that in the United Kingdom, for instance, in fact, it is Polish mothers who are actually reproducing the most, like that have the most kids in the UK at the moment.
I heard about that, yeah.
So it's like, it's just a shame that they're not here, but maybe their kids might come to Poland.
Because that's one of the answers people say is, well, if you just made it more attractive for these people to come back, and possibly Brexit might have seen a spike. I haven't seen any firm statistics on that. Then those kind of people would come back. But again, the decision to have children is a very personal one, and it's obviously related to a lot of different factors, which are quite hard to take into place. When I did my research, it became very clear, however, that measures to encourage people to have more children are often very expensive and don't always
work. Exactly.
Seeing an uptick. So, the thing that came to me was the frog in the pan. The water slowly boils, and the frog never quite realizes that it's getting hotter and hotter. And it feels like one day we Poles might rue the day when we didn't put enough effort into our child-making
capabilities
and indeed functionality, and therefore, as a rule, it's stopped down. So, this is a problem. I think it's still going to be a problem in 2050, and no doubt it'll be a problem in the future too.
God, that's pretty dreadful. So, what can we do about it, Paddy?
Well, to discover the alarming statistics, indeed to find out more information about this story, the only sensible thing to do is indeed to click on the link below this video, where you will find out more at thefantasticfirstnews.com.
Or you could just make more babies.